Welcome back. This is the second in a series of podcasts discussing our software, CICS JS Server version 2, and the subject of facilitating modern CICS web applications. In this podcast, we will look at some simple CICS programs, they happen to be COBOL, that will use these open source toolkits and libraries to create simple web browser-driven applications. The sources for these programs are all supplied with our software. So we'll go to our browser and put in the address of the first of our sample programs. This one's called DTK0001H, and it presents a pie chart using the Dojo toolkit for a specific CICS region. Gets this information from CICSPlex SM, and you can see some of the Dojo effects for the pie chart. We are able to enter different context and region name into the form on the page. I'll just change that, and for a different LSR pool ID, and we can hit the query button and it goes back to CICS and again gets the data for that region. So that's quite a nice example of how the Dojo toolkit can be used to create graphics in a web page. We look at the source, you can see some of the Dojo toolkit bits and pieces that we need to acquire. And remember that this COBOL program has built all of this page. There's the Dojo script for itself. There's a whole lot of other code in here as well. And if we go back, we can actually see we can dynamically change the appearance of this. Okay, I think that's enough for that one. Okay, we'll take a look at another example. This time look at program DTK0003H. It's another Dojo example, and in this one we're using a Dojox data grid to list, well, it's the file A data, if you're familiar with the file A sample application. You can see there's some nice effects in the browser that are very simply acquired through using Dojox, such as sorting the data based on the column. Again, we'll look at the page source, and there you can see the elements of Dojo that we need to load into the page in order to get the data grid. There you can see all of the data, and I think you can imagine how that might be constructed within a COBOL program or any other program. And there's the end of the page. Okay, in this next example we'll see a program that uses the jQuery. Program's called JQY0001H, and it shows a simple accordion feature, which is quite a nice, has quite a nice appearance in the browser. And of course the source for that, you can see what the COBOL program has produced in the browser to bring about that effect. It's really quite simple to do. Right, we'll do one more, and this one will use the YUI library. So here we are running a program called YUI0003H, and that's showing a table of data. Again, you can see the nice effects that you get from using YUI library in the browser. And if we look at the source for that, you'll see it's not much more than a page of data there. It's really quite simple to use, and there's the application data that we've been displaying. So you can do some quite sophisticated things in the browser using these open source tools. Of course, there's a free trial available of our software. Go to our website and fill in the form, or drop us a line and we'll arrange for you to have a trial. And if you want to keep in touch with us, there's a number of ways of doing that through LinkedIn, Facebook and Twitter. I'd like to acknowledge IBM's trademarks, CICS ZOS, CICSPlex, any others that I may have missed. I would now like to invite you to seek out and view the third podcast in this series, in which I discuss how CICS JS Server supports bespoke content and its ability to allow for novel new CICS web applications to be built, managed and operated. Thank you for listening to this podcast.